And compliments on the layout. That's courtesy of Vince, and then Benji has modified it just a bit to make it look a little nicer for you. The only thing is we're not able to show speed, so you do have to pay attention. We do have the 3, 2, 1 go, and off our players go. I really like Leviticus's board. Not a lot on the very tip top, but I do see he's got a big blue shortage, and that's kind of the story for both players looking at these boards.
Yeah, there's the way that Ook's board started out. All of his viruses were in chess piece knight moves away from each other, which is a really frustrating thing to have to deal with. You kind of want to get T shapes to clear those efficiently, but trying to get a lot of those is very risky. So
a big tuck lightning bolt from Ook puts him down to 15. Leviticus at 14, and Leviticus playing exclusively on the right side of his board has a lot of opportunities to get a lot of doubles. Not a lot of yellow access at the moment. That's going to be key for him, but he does manage to get those blues out in row 2 and really just kind of has everything going really well for him. Is pretty much will be free and clear once he eliminates that red in column 8. He's got access to every virus.
Yeah, it's a pretty clean board. Ook's also setting himself up to be pretty much out. Just needs a little bit more red to finish off his board.
And Leviticus hesitated, but got the double clear out at 1:22. Great time for round 6.
Ook's shaking his head there. He's in a bit of a spot where he needs specific colors of red, but he's got them.
He's got them, and just needs the one to get that tuck double, and he'll be out at 1:42, not too far behind. And looking at Leviticus's level 7 board, it looks like he's going to be waiting a bit to start working on yellow.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think he maybe could have started, but it's I don't know. It's a weird board. There's not much yellow left, certainly, so it's not important that he be super careful about being efficient with that.
And Ook has been dealt a split board to start 7, and really is having to be forced to work side to side here. The big problem I really fear is that section off to the right. Everything's so high up on the board, and there's really nothing to play with on the bottom of this board. He is at 18. He's only about 5 behind with that clear, as Leviticus has a bit of a scattered board himself. Not a lot of opportunities for combos.
Yeah, the other problem for Ook is that he has 2 columns in a row that are yellow, so you kind of need double yellows to get started on that, and he gets one there.
So I think what we've determined is you need to start calling whatever pills that they need, and they'll show up. It seems to be beneficial to all the players here, calling those out, because I never can.
With that rare instance of announcer blessing, this has become a tie game, and in fact, Ook has pulled ahead by just a little bit here.
Yeah, Leviticus's board's still very scattered and is not getting any sort of help on blue. And really, his big help needs to be a double blue to start working on column 8. But Ook's going to be out at 321 and has taken a pretty convincing lead so far.
Yeah, that's quite something. I guess there was a little bit of garbage that Leviticus needed to deal with, and that just sort of ballooned into a lot of garbage.
The benefit for Leviticus, though, is he just needs only a few pills. He's got his yellow taken care of. He just needs 3 blues, and he'll be out. And he's going to get them. He's going to be out at about a 349, and is about 9 viruses off the lead right now.
It's definitely recoverable, especially with this beautiful board that has so many viruses lined up next to each other.
Yeah, started it off with a sweet tea, as our chat is very eager to point out. But Leviticus now again suffering from a split board, and somewhat of a split board as well for both players. But a good color balance for Ook. It's looking like there's going to be a bit of a blue drought for Leviticus, as he's only got the 2 left, and one of them is pinned in that left corner. So he's going to need all the yellow help he can get, all the yellow and red help. Yeah,
meanwhile, Ook's trouble color here is definitely red. A lot of his viruses are blocked by reds or, progress being blocked.
And Leviticus has managed to retake the lead. He's down to 10 viruses, and now is pretty much free and clear on everything. Clearing that red in 7 is going to be his biggest help, and that is now off the board. Meanwhile, Ook's had a couple of big misdrops, and that seems to have hampered him here on 8, but he is down to his final 8 viruses, and is looking to recover from what was a rough going. But Leviticus out at about a 5-16, and I like this tuck L that we just saw from Ook. No garbage at all to speak of, and clearing out 2 viruses, taking out a lot of stuff along the way.
Yeah, he's very cleanly set up to just need some red there at the end. Meanwhile, Leviticus making progress on level 9 here. It looks like he's stuck waiting for reds and has been trying to find things to do with other colors that aren't completely trash, which is sometimes a tough call.
Right now we're seeing Ook really getting aggressive on 9 here. He knows he's had a couple of misplays, and is playing a bit behind right now. He's down by 10 viruses, but the blue help needs to arrive for Leviticus, or this lead could start to dwindle, as Ook now down to 28. It's 16-27 as we get into this 6th minute of this first game in this best-of-3 match.
But Leviticus has had a number of very efficient clears here, and that puts him pretty solidly ahead, I would say. With about a 10 virus lead and only 10 viruses to go, that's a tough deficit to make up.
But he is definitely doing his best here, as he's going to get a bit of drop time, but it's going to take out 3 viruses. Maybe something you'd want to do early on, but that drop time's so critical, especially since Leviticus about to get out here, possibly under 7 minutes if the RNG wants to cooperate.
Ook getting stalled a little bit by RNG as well.
And 650 for Leviticus. He will take game number 1, and firmly in the driver's seat here. Ook just had a couple of critical misdrops on 8, which really drug him down. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our predictions. We had Librarian or Canadian, and 72% of our channel points went to the Canadian. Leviticus over Ook. Dars with 3,510 and Floyd with 1977 for Ook.
Oh,
as good. Our 2 players looking to be ready for our second game.
Yeah, looks like we've got a ready from Ook here. He's got himself back on the level select screen. Leviticus is still setting up, but looks like he's ready as well. So we'll get a countdown here, and then they'll have game 2 of this first round.
Leviticus wins. He'll advance and play Frank a little bit later on today. On that 1 seed, everyone really excited to see Frank take on some more of our regular competition here at Dr. Mario Monthly. We have a ready from both players, so we are just waiting for a countdown.
Lots of GGs and good lucks in chat. Very appreciated, I'm sure, by the players. And we've got our go. Looks like they're off at about the same time as well, so it should be pretty easy to keep track of how they're doing compared to each other.
Ook already leaving a little bit of garbage on his extreme left corner. That could be problematic. He'd need double reds. He does have them, but he elects to go for the 1 pill clear on those reds off in column number 2. And as we're seeing, not having that blue help is also hurting Ook. Taking a look at Leviticus's board. Leviticus suffering from a split board right now, but does have a bit of a lead early on here as he is trying to work around and get some stuff in that bottom right corner. And now just dropping a little bit of garbage down, just trying to keep his board as clean as he can. While the board is split, he's got access to most of his viruses.
Most of his viruses are blue, though, which is going to make it a little tricky. Meanwhile, Ook has viruses of just about every color, and they're pretty much all available as well.
Great combo.
To make it easy to make progress for him.
And a great little combo by Leviticus there puts him at 11, but Ook right now down to 5. and clears that virus with that double. That's the automatic play, preventing drop time, easy clear, and it makes everything a little bit more navigable. As Ook now down to 3 to Leviticus's 9. Leviticus has everything set up nicely for success. Had a big column clear, took out a blue, takes out another double blue. Is going to suffer some drop time here. But speaking of drop time, Fragment drops in at about 1:37 for Ook. He is in the lead going into 7.
Oh, and look at that maneuver that he just did to get in the get the triple clear there.
A nice little backflip to get that one pill clear, as that blue-red a bit troublesome, but he's making some stuff work here. I almost think that double yellow that Ook just had could have been laid out horizontally to clear those 2 yellows up top.
Yep, definitely. He had actually a few opportunities to make that horizontal clear. But, given that he doesn't have any yellow left anyway, maybe it's not so important.
Fair enough.
But looks like Leviticus is making some garbage of his own to deal with. And he has a really interesting situation in columns 6 and 7. There's just the one virus very high up, so that's going to be an interesting puzzle to deal with.
I would think the easy play there is the 1 pill clear, or the 0 drop clear, rather. Just get those 2 out of the way. But the 2 viruses tucked underneath are going to need addressing at some point. There's also that Spire out in column 2 that Leviticus is working on. But these players trading leads here as we get late into 7. Ook just trying to get some stuff cleared off.
I really don't like Ook's board right now. It's so messy. Unless there's some crazy combo that I'm not seeing.
He's waiting on the horizontal clear. He's going to get it right there. He's going to drop and set up red. But everything else is buried pretty badly. And he's now that he has red on both sides, he did manage to drill down, but he's definitely in a spot of trouble here in his 7 endgame.
And that's let Leviticus take the lead here, moving on into 8 first.
Leviticus into 8 at right around the 3-minute 20-second mark, and a great opening, great horizontal clear, dropping those yellows down and setting up for success. Brilliant start here to 8 as Leviticus trying to put this away.
Yeah, and he has lots of opportunities to make very efficient clears. He's playing in a very flexible way that is nice to see. And Ook is just slogging along, trying to finish out this last little bit of level 7. How frustrating.
This is a situation we've all been in as players of this game, where you get so hyped up about your plays that there's some stuff you don't think about going into the end game, and that slows you down. I know personally that's one of my weak points, is I'm not very good at planning that end game out, and it's so critical because it can eat so much time up. Meanwhile, Leviticus is firmly in control right now, up by 27 viruses. Has a bit of a burial of blues, but I think the play is going to be horizontal as he does clear out column number 6, and now he does take that. Good eye on the next pill, and he's out at 4:45.
Yeah, this is definitely a commanding lead, but we are seeing some good quick plays from Ook here to try to bring back the get things back under control. He's looking for places to use yellow, but he's making very efficient use of his red and blue pills.
Leviticus almost had a misplay, corrected it at the last second. Good call to do that. As let's see what he does with this double red. He is going to go for that horizontal. I think that's the play. As Leviticus down to 22 viruses here on 9. Meanwhile, Ook needs blue, and he needs it badly. The chat probably asking for blue. And GB Medic, we want to thank you for that sub. Really appreciate it. All the support from subs and bits goes right back into DrMC. Better prizes for our players and better equipment for our live events. So thank you. Meanwhile, Leviticus down to 13 viruses. Ook still struggling here, just hoping he doesn't get lapped at this point. But it's pretty much, unless we see a top out here, it's going to be game and match to Leviticus.
Does look that way for sure.
It'll be.
Ook has made it into level 9, so he won't get lapped. But Ooh,
And that's
rough.
he's got a very, very tempting board, and goes for that quad. I think you take the garbage on that if you're clearing out 4 viruses with 1 pill,
Yeah, definitely. Especially since that red can drop down onto a red virus below by clearing the yellow underneath. So it's
which
not even
could
garbage necessarily.
have even set up for a big combo, deciding not to, just trying to keep things clean and not fancy. But Leviticus has one at a 628, so he will advance and face Frank here a little later on when we kick off round 2.
That's a very solid round one time. Can't feel bad about losing to that.
And Ook, I like this combo by Ook. That's very, very good. But I think he has realized, yep, GG's Lev. Not quite a welcoming our overlords like John Nash, but still great. We like seeing that. It'll be game 2 to Leviticus and the match. And as we said, he will go on to face Leviticus in round number 2.
Leviticus, viva Leviticus. Very
Or
good.
Leviticus versus Frank. Sorry.